Simplify 1 minus the cosine squared of x over 2 over 1 minus the sine squared of x over 2. Thoughts? Feelings? What would you like to do? So the big thing that students do is they see that they have cosine squared of x over 2 and sine squared of x over 2, so they use these guys, and then they square it out, or they use these guys directly, because those are already sine squared and cosine squared. Or, forest through the trees, who cares what the angle is? What's 1 minus cosine squared in general? Sine squared, because that's a of which type? What? Yeah. And 1 minus sine squared is cosine squared. So it doesn't matter what the angles are, so far at least. 1 minus cosine squared is always sine squared. 1 minus sine squared is always cosine squared. Thank you, Pythagoras. You can go back to kicking it. So notice we have sine squared of x over 2 over cosine squared of x over 2. Well, the angles match. So what's sine squared over cosine squared? Yes. We need to replace your batteries. Tangent squared of x over 2. Stop. That's all it is. You can't get any nicer. So you're totally welcome of using these formulas. It'll take you 4 extra steps. You'll eventually get to tangent squared. What's 1 minus sine squared? Oh, what's this next one? 1 minus sine squared of x over 2 over 1 plus sine squared of x over 2. Thoughts? Feelings? Cosine, oh, that's carbon dioxide now. We don't want that. Cosine squared of x over 2 over 1 plus sine squared of x over 2. By the way, was that carbon dioxide? I have no idea. Oh, instead of a subscript? No. Whatevs. And for the top part, that there's nothing else we can do. It's going to get awesome now. So, previously in math class, the sine squared of x over 2. So if we square that, we'd have 1 minus the cosine of x all over 2. And the cosine squared of x over 2 is 1 plus the cosine of x all over 2. So that was our stepping stone. So the numerator is going to be 1 plus the cosine of x over 2. The denominator is going to be 1, this one, plus 1 minus the cosine of x over 2. I think today is National Complex Fraction Day. What should we multiply everything by? How many terms do we have? 3. So this is one term. This is the second term. And here's your third term. So what do we get upstairs? 1 plus cosine of x. Downstairs, 2 times 1 class. 2. And here these 2's cancel. One last line. 2 plus 1, class? Good. Here's a sticker. Sadly, we can't do anything more than that. So it's still a fraction. Wah, wah.